Hey, what's up? Welcome to a new reading vlog. So, it's Wednesday, February 28th. It's almost 4 p.m. and I'm still waiting on the book that I want to read. So this is gonna be a 48-hour read-a-thon. I think I'm gonna try. And so basically, I'm going to be reading again, I don't have the book. I'm gonna be reading the last book in the Realm Breaker trilogy. Yeah, it's the last book. It came out this week on Tuesday, and yeah, I want to get it over with. So I do have reading vlogs for both of these books, Realm Breaker and Blade Breaker. I'm gonna make a playlist and I'll link it up here. So basically what Realm Breaker is about. Okay, so this is gonna be spoiler free of Fate Breaker, the third book, but I'm gonna say spoilers for what happened in the first two books, since this is gonna be a reading vlog for that last book in the series. But in case you're curious, before you like hop off this video, if you haven't read these books, what Realm Breaker is about is a trilogy by Victoria Aveyard, the same author as the Red Queen series. So basically what this is about is basically okay, it's been a while because I think there was a year break between when this came out and when Fate Breaker came out this year, because I think this came out in 2022, so my brain is a little, you know. Okay, so there's, her name is Coraine, right? Okay, so we have Coraine. So basically she's like kind of like the chosen one, kind of. So in this world, I have no idea how to describe this book. So in this world, okay, in this world, basically this thing happens, and all the heroes die. So now they had to create this new like team, like the B team, the JV team has to come together and save the world. So Coraine, her father was one of the heroes that died, but she didn't really know him. She grew up with her mother, who's a pirate, and yeah. So also there's these things called spindles, and the villain in this series is trying to open all these spindles, but the only way to close them is with this sword, and the only person who can close the spindles with the sword is Coraine, because she's like, because that was her father's sword, and something to that effect. I'm sorry, I'm doing a horrible job describing this, but yeah. So basically this is like so a lot of what this book is about is, the first book is the whole team coming together, which is a squire, the survivor of a failed quest, an immortal, timeless, and timeless and I can't say that word, unfathomable, an assassin, skilled and heartless, an old sorceress holding secrets behind her teeth, and a pirate's daughter, the ward's last hope, which that's Coraine. The heroes are gone, but the fight to save the world has only just begun. So yeah, the first book is the whole team getting together and starting to like close these spindles. The second book is basically them still trying to like close these spindles, because the villain Harrison keeps opening new spindles and they have to close them. The reason why I'm describing these books like this, where it seems like nothing's happening, is because I feel like nothing's happening. These are pretty thick books. They're over 500 pages each, like a little over 500 pages. And if you've seen my last videos for when my last vlogs for these two books, then you know that I'm not a big fan of this series. I'm not really loving it. I'm not really enjoying it, but I'm gonna read the third and final book because it's the third and final book, so might as well just finish out the series. The one thing though is that I'm not gonna annotate this third book. I annotated these two books and I low-key a little bit kind of regret it. But yeah, I'm going to be reading the third book in this series in this video. I'm gonna try and read it in 48 hours. I have the audiobook, so it shouldn't be too torturous. Because I think especially reading this one felt kind of torturous. But I did listen to the audiobook. The audiobook made it a little less torturous, but it was still a little torturous, you know. Okay, this might be I might be hate reading this book, not sure, like the third book. Hopefully not. Hopefully things turn around. I know in book 2 dragons were starting to be introduced, and I've heard that in the third book there are more dragons, so maybe that spices things up a little bit more. Also, because I'm gonna say spoiler things for these first 2 books. Okay, I'm gonna say now, if you haven't read these 2 books, then I'm gonna say that hop off now, because I'm gonna like see spoiler things for the first 2 books going from this point forward. So if you haven't read the books, exit now and come back once you read the books. Okay, so the main thing I wanted to talk about, because I didn't get to talk about this when I read this book in that vlog, is the whole the ending of this book, where what was her name, what's her face died. Was it Rhea? No. Demarcurion's cousin, when she died. Tell me how I didn't care. I did not care. 2 books deep and I'm still not attached to any of the characters. There's some like funny things that happen, but overall I'm not attached to any of the characters. And then also the plot is really slow, so those 2 things is just making me not enjoy the series. But again, like I said earlier, I'm just gonna read the last book because it's the last book and I want to see how things wrap up. But yeah, I didn't care when I forgot her name. See, I don't even know her name. When Demarcurion's cousin died, we barely got any like POV chapters from her, so I didn't develop even from her less. I developed less feelings for her, so I had no reaction to when she died. Had it been one of the other characters that are more dominant, I may have had a little bit more feeling, but not too much more, to be honest, because like I said, I haven't gotten attached to any of the characters in this book. But yeah, I'm hoping that maybe things start looking up in the third book and things start spicing up. Not like spicing up as in the plot starts spicing up, you know. Things starts getting more exciting. There's more fighting, hopefully, because kind of boring so far. So and maybe hopefully I get a little bit more attached. I start to get attached to some of the characters, because I need to at least be attached to a character to enjoy a book. It can't be that I'm not like attached to any character and the plot is boring as well. You can't do both. One of the things has to be popping, you know. So hopefully things are looking up. Again, I am still waiting for that book to be delivered. I got it from Amazon because I didn't want the Barnes & Noble exclusive edition because it's purple and I wasn't vibing with that cover. And then for some reason the regular edition on Barnes & Noble, it cost more than the exclusive edition, which I was like, what? So I just got it from Amazon. I've been tracking it and it seems like it's going further and further away from me, so I don't understand what's going on. But as soon as I get, where is it? Yeah, so as soon as I get that book, once that is delivered, this vlog will actually get started and I'll start reading that. So I'm actually going to read, because I have like some notes in this book and like post-its. So I'm gonna read that to refresh my memory a little bit about what happened in this book before hopping into Fate Breaker once that is delivered. So yeah, that's the intro to this vlog. I'm sorry it was long, but I had to explain some things. So yeah, talk to you guys again later once I receive the book. I don't know what this angle is, but it's here. Okay, first I put something else. Vaseline. Okay, it's like 6 p.m. Do I start this now? Do I start the 40 hours now? Do I start it now? Or do I wait? Because Married at First Sight starts at 8. So maybe wait for 2 hours and then watch Married at First Sight. I can't read for 2 hours straight. So maybe I don't know. I'm gonna look for reading sprints maybe. Maybe start at 6:30. Once I make up my mind, I'll let you know. But it's here. Okay. It's 6:32 now. I got distracted. I was watching a video. Gonna start now. I did see that the first chapter is in Charlotte Armand's POV, which he didn't have a POV in the first 2 books. So if I'm remembering correctly, I don't think he did. So I'm thinking that because Raya, which I think Raya is Dom's sister, not cousin. I think his cousin is Arida, if I'm remembering things right, but I'm not 100% sure. So yes, I'm thinking since Raya had POV chapters in the first 2 books, and now she's dead, Victoria wanted to add another POV, so she added Charlotte's POV. To be completely honest, I thought that the other books had too many POVs to begin with. So let's I don't know if I'm gonna like Charlotte's POV. Maybe he's gonna make this series better. Maybe his POV is gonna make it worse. I don't know. We'll see what happens. Let's get to reading. still reading. I'm still reading. I'm on page 60 or 61, I'm not sure. But it's almost 10 p.m. I finished watching Married at First Sight. That finished, but the after party starts at 10:30. The Married at First Sight after party. I'm gonna watch that. I think it's only 30. Is it only 30 minutes? But I was reading during commercials for Married at First Sight, and this season is a hot freaking mess. All the men are crap. And the main reason I wanted to do an update right now is because the wind is insane. It calmed down now, but a little while ago I was trying to read and it was so loud, it was so strong that I was just like what's happening outside? Intense winds. But if you want to know a little bit of what I'm feeling, the same thing I was feeling whenever the other two books. There's still a lot going on, but am I interested? Am I not? I'm confused. I'm confused. There's a lot of like people's names being mentioned, different realms, and I'm here like, what is happening? All the characters right now are separated for the most part. A lot of them don't know if other characters are still alive or not. They're all pretty much convinced that everyone is dead. But yeah, they're all separated, and they're now trying to think of what their next step is going to be. But yeah, I'm a little confused. There's a lot of words being said and not a lot of things being done, so that's where I'm at. Yeah, I'm gonna keep reading and I'll talk to you guys again later, probably after the after party, the Married at First Sight after party. I don't know, we'll see. Talk to you later. Can you even see the page? Oh. Okay, it's technically not the next day. It's 12:18 a.m. Yeah, so I've gone to I'm on page 122, and this is where I'm gonna stop for the night. I'm gonna go wash my face and brush my teeth. Thoughts so far, there's a lot of things that are happening that I don't understand what's happening. But for the most part, I now know where each of the characters are, who are still together, who is not. And I feel like now in this book it makes sense for there to be these different POVs. So far there's been 5, and now it makes sense of why these people have POVs, because they're all separated. Unlike in Blade Breaker, where there was multiple POVs and some of them, most of them were together. So I felt like it was unnecessary for there to be chapters and certain characters' POVs, because I'm like, they're together. Like, why do we need these POVs? But now it makes sense for the story, because like I said, they're all separated. So for each point of view, we're getting something new. But yeah, I'm stopping right here. I need to figure out what page I want to get to. So I want to get to page 312 by 6:30 p.m. tomorrow. I'm on page 120. So I need to figure out like my second goal for because my first goal was 120. So my second goal for when I wake up tomorrow, and like where I want to be. And then I'll keep making goals until thinking about the time and how many pages I have left. If that makes any sense. So I have 192 pages left to get to page 312. Okay, wait, hold on. 312. Okay, 35 pages. Okay. So half of 312 pages is 156. So I to split that in half. Hold on, I can't do math. Wait, hold on. Split that in half. Okay, so take it to page 312. Half of that is 156. So I've already read 121 pages. So for that first, if this makes sense, for that first half, I still need to read 35 pages plus 156. So my first goal is just to get the first 156 pages. So I think my next was page 156. It's kind of perfect. It'll be 155 because the chapter ends at 154. So 156, and then after that, my next goal will be 156 pages, which will get me, well, I'll probably will split that in half, and then we'll get to that when we get to that. But my first goal is just to get to page 154, which is halfway to 312, which is halfway into the book. So that, yeah, that's my goal. Get to page 154. Okay, yes, so that's the goal. That's where I'm. Okay, yeah, I'll talk to you guys in the morning once I wake up, and maybe I could do math better tomorrow. But that's where we're at, and I'll talk to you guys tomorrow. Hey, so first off, I woke up later than I wanted to. Story of my life. But I've gone back to reading, and I made it to like what my next goal was, which was page 154. Yeah, so things are happening, kind of. I think things are now starting to happen. Yeah, that's all I'm gonna say, because spoilers. And this is non-spoiler. Okay, so one of the things I do want to say, wait, what page was it? I wrote a note here, 130. One thing I want to point out is that there was a line in this book that I was like, hold up, this line sounds familiar. And I know it sounds familiar because one of my favorite lines from King's Cage by Victoria Aveyard, which this is by Victoria Aveyard. So I'm like, does she just like love this line, or is it like a nod to her Red Queen series? So the quote is, Erida says, animals are most dangerous when they are afraid. And I was like, hold up. Yeah, I was like, wait, that quote she's used before, but it was monsters are most dangerous when they are afraid. I can't find it where, because I didn't really annotate this when I read it years ago, so I can't find the quote exactly where it is in the actual book, but it is on the back, and it's an actual quote from that's inside the book. So it's this last line, monsters are most dangerous when they are afraid. And like I said, that quote is actually said in the book. So I'm like, is it a nod, her saying animals are most dangerous when they are afraid in Fatebreaker? Is that a nod to King's Cage, or is it just a coincidence? I don't know, but yeah, I found that interesting. But yeah, I'm on page 155. I'm about to start chapter 13. Like I said, I've already, okay, yeah, so my next goal, it's a bit of a chunker. I need to get to page 232. That's my next goal. So get to the end of chapter 17, So 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. To read 5 chapters, but some of them are a little bit on the long side. So I think that should take me around 2 hours and 37 minutes, around there. So we'll see what happens. I'm watching reading sprints. So this next sprint that we're on, she set it for 90 minutes or an hour and a half. We're 86 minutes left. So I'm gonna get back to reading. Gonna finish this protein shake. I haven't had anything solid to eat yet today, but I'm gonna wait for like lunchtime to do that. It's 11:47 a.m. at the current moment. But yeah, so that's what's gonna happen, and let's get back to reading. Okay, so it's 6:33 now. I'm on page 313. I'm in the middle of a chapter, but I'm stopping there for now. I'm taking a break. I need another break. Even though I've taken many breaks today. I'm pretty sure I'm halfway now. Let's see. Good reading. It says 48%, but I don't count like the pages with like acknowledgements. So I'm 50%. Okay, so what's happening? Some things are happening. But I feel like not much is happening at the same time. Like halfway in, I don't know. But I do feel like I'm enjoying this slightly more than I did the second book. The second book did not like book 2. But I am liking this a teensy bit more, but I'm still not like this is the best thing ever. Like I'm excited to see what happens next. I just want to know how everything wraps up, but I'm not like oh my god, what's gonna happen next, you know? I'm not like at the edge of my seat, like anticipating what's gonna happen next, you know? But for the rest, I'm not sure what. Okay, so for the thing, my next goal is going to be to read 120 pages, which was my first goal yesterday when I started at 6:30. Was that from 6:30 to midnight read 120 pages. It took me a bit longer, so maybe it will just be 100 pages, and I think it's going to go on longer than 48 hours because I don't think I'm going to be able to finish this by 6:30 tomorrow. So I think for the rest of today, I just want to read 100 pages more, and that's it. So from now to midnight, 100 pages more. I think that's the goal. So yeah, that's the update. I'm gonna get food, make something, and chill a little bit. Jersey Shore's at 8. Jersey Shore family vacation is at 8. So during commercials, when that's on, I'm gonna read. I probably will start reading again like at 7:30, read for 30 minutes, and then watch Jersey Shore family vacation at 8 and read during commercials. So that's what I have planned. Okay, so I'll talk to you guys again later. Started the audiobook before checking where I was, and I have no idea where I am. Found it. Okay, so this is what happened. It's 7. It was 7 on Friday, March 1st. So last night I got distracted. I don't remember by what. I was watching videos. Got totally distracted. Didn't read like the 100 pages that I said I was gonna read. And then today I didn't read at all. I only started reading once Allie from Hardback Hoarder, when she went live for reading sprints, which was at 5, and the first sprint started at 6. So that's the only time I read today. So now I'm on chapter 26. I'm on page 365, and obviously now I was supposed to end this 40-hour readathon at 6:30 today, but I want to finish this. So what's gonna happen is I'm gonna keep watching Allie's sprints and read as much as I can without pressuring myself tonight. And then tomorrow I'm not gonna read, because basically randomly me and Caroline now decided we wanted to go to the movies tomorrow and eat outside. Like there's a hot pot place by the movie theater, so that's what we're doing tomorrow. And I feel like we both just needed like a day out, like a fun day out, so that's what we're doing. And yeah, I'm not gonna take this with me tomorrow, because I could technically read on the train and the bus, but I don't want to take this big ass book with me, because that's gonna be uncomfortable, and it's gonna be raining all day tomorrow, so I'm gonna have to be juggling my umbrella as well, and transferring from train to bus, and like trying to get settled. It's gonna be too many things to be holding. So I'm just gonna take my Kindle, and I'm probably just gonna read some more of Ogadai streaming tomorrow. And then once I get back home tomorrow from the movies / lunch, early dinner, because the movie's at 11. Oh, we're watching Madam Web. So that movie it's at 11. It's 2 hours. So I'll probably be home, I'm thinking, around 5, 6. So at the latest, maybe a little earlier, I don't know. So what I'm gonna do, yeah, so once I get back home from that, I'll read a bit, and then I'll focus on finishing up the book on Sunday. So that's gonna be the plan. So this 40-hour readathon is gonna turn into a just a dedicated vlog for Fate Breaker, and this video won't end until I finish this book type of video. So that's what's happening now. So yeah, those are my plans, and hopefully I can finish this by Sunday night. Yes. All right, I'll talk to you guys again later. Hey, so it's now Sunday, March 3rd. It's 3:34 p.m. So basically, I didn't do any reading yesterday. I wasn't in a reading mood until like late at night, but then I was sleepy, so I didn't read anything. I did. Okay, so yesterday, like I said, I went to watch Madam Web with my friend Carleni. It was fine. I didn't hate it. Like everybody else seems to hate it. Then we ate and then we went home. And then I was in a movie mood when I came back home, so I ended up watching Jungle Cruise on Disney Plus. Cause I've been wanting to watch that for a while since it came out a few years ago. I think it was a few years ago. And I haven't watched it yet, so I finally watched that. I really liked it. It was really funny. So yeah, so there's that. Reading wise, yeah, I'm gonna try and finish this today. I don't know. Do you think? I don't know if I could finish this today. I'm gonna read as much as I can of this today. It's already almost 4 p.m. So we'll see. I'm on page 414 of 625. So yeah. Yeah, I'm not sure how much. My first goal is gonna be 100 pages. So at least get to page 514. And then we'll see from there like what I do, what time it is by the time I get to that point, and what I want to do from that. Also, today is a stay in bed kind of day. I have cramps, so don't feel like moving from here. So I'm just gonna be reading in bed, and I'm slowly dying of cramps at the same time. So fun. But yeah, that's the update. I'm just started some reading sprints, so I'm going to do some reading, hopefully get a good amount of this done, because I want to finish this ASAP. So let's get to it. I did it. Finally finished Fate Breaker by Victoria Aveyard, the last book in the Realm Breaker trilogy. It is it's Tuesday, March 5th. This took me way longer than I wanted it to take me. Let's talk about how this video started out. I was like, let's do a 48-hour read-a-thon and read this in 2 days. That didn't happen. Life happened, things happened, and we're here. How many days later? I started this Wednesday, almost a week later. It's Tuesday. I started on last Wednesday night, and it's Tuesday at almost 2 p.m. so it took me almost a week to finish it, and I'm glad I finished it, but it was hard to finish this because I was not enjoying it. I think I was giving myself false hope when I first started this, and was like, oh, I don't think it's that bad. I think it's fine. I think I'm enjoying myself. I think I was gaslighting myself into hoping that this was good, but it wasn't. I didn't like it, which was to be expected, because the first book, Realm Breaker, I thought it was fine, and then Blade Breaker was super boring, and there were a few things that I was like, oh, intrigued, but it's 625 pages for only like that to happen a handful of times. It's not good. But also to be expected. I have not been attached to any of the characters from the beginning, so because of that, I obviously didn't enjoy this, because I wasn't attached to any of the characters. I didn't care what their fate was gonna be. yeah, didn't care what their fate was gonna be. I was like, if somebody dies, they die, it's fine, I don't care. But yeah, I could think of like maybe like 3 things that happened that I was like, oh, that's kind of interesting, in 625 pages. This is so upsetting because I love her Red Queen series. This series wasn't it for me. I am excited though to see what she comes out with next, and maybe that's I'll vibe with more. But when it comes to the Realm Breaker trilogy, I unfortunately did not connect with any of the characters, and I found the plot very slow and boring. So there's that, unfortunately. But yeah, so let me know what you guys, if you have read this series, what you thought about it, if you're planning on reading it, if you're not planning on reading it. Also, if you if maybe you read like the first book and decided not to read the rest of the books and just want to like see other people's reactions of like the other books. I honestly, I would not recommend the series. Yeah, for me personally, did not like, I thought it was very slow paced and boring. But there are a lot of people, a good amount of people that did enjoy the series. I just wasn't one of them. This wasn't for me. So yeah. But if you have read Realm Breaker and haven't read the rest of them, and you are debating if you should continue on with it because you didn't really enjoy Realm Breaker, I would say don't waste your time. Just don't read the rest. It doesn't get better. If you didn't enjoy the first one, you're not gonna like I don't think you're gonna like book 2 and book 3. So that's my 2 cents in that. And I'm so excited this video is finally over. I'm so excited I finally finished the series. And yeah, so that is where I bid you farewell. So long, my friend. This is the end. Goodbye. So yeah, I'll catch you guys here next time on Yari Heart Books. Bye. Okay, I almost forgot to say, if one, I don't think I said this, I don't understand what happened in the end, like the last like page. So if you understand what happened, please explain to me in the comments. Just put like a spoiler warning so like other people don't read it, if you want to explain to me if you know what happened in the end, because I don't know. I have no idea. I was confuzzled. There's one more thing I wanted to say. Also, I said 3 stars, but I think it's more 2.5. So there's, okay, this is the end.